and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am so excited for today's video because we are going to be doing an organization vlog. If you know me, you know that organizing is like one of my favorite things, and I cannot wait to film this video. We have a big to-do list that we need to tackle. I really did think we could get it all done in one day, but I think that's gonna be a little ambitious. So we're gonna film this over the next couple of days, and I'm very excited to bring you guys along with me. But before we dive into what we're gonna get up to in today's video, let's go make some coffee. Much better. Now that we have our latte, let's go over our to-do list for this video. By no means is anything in this apartment crazy disorganized, but of course it's not going to be perfect right when you move in. There's always things that can be changed and moved around, and I've been noticing there are a few areas that could use a little bit of improvement, so that's what we're going to be working on in this video. One of the biggest projects we have to tackle, I think, is the pantry. We are very lucky to have a pretty decent amount of pantry space for an apartment, but I feel like that is always the space that gets cluttered the easiest and the quickest. So I want to go in there and clear out all the shelves, just make sure everything in there is easily accessible, convenient to find, and aesthetic and cute, because that's always super fun. So we have that, and then I also want to go underneath in our cabinets where we keep our pots and pans and just organize those a little bit. I also want to tidy up underneath our bathroom sink and the kitchen sink, and a couple other fun projects as well. So clearly we have our work cut out for us, but it's going to be so much fun. I do actually have to run to Target, surprise, surprise, and pick up a couple of organizational pieces to kind of help this whole process. But before we head out, I think I'm gonna start by working in a few areas that I don't need to buy anything for and just organize those. So now I am in the bathroom. Most of my stuff is underneath the sink though, and that's really where the issue lies. So I'm gonna take everything out and declutter that and just kind of make it more functional. I'm feeling much better about this. I put all of my skincare and hair care products on this shelf, and then over here I just have my hair dryer, my straightener, a couple of brushes, my Velcro rollers, and then this like heat mat that you can put on the counter when you're using a hot tool. And then this just has like extra Q-tips, cotton balls, stuff like that. And then in the middle I just put like my mouthwash, some body sprays, lotions, and stuff that were too big to put over here where I keep all of my everyday stuff, so it's really easy to access, and then just some extra shampoos and hair masks and stuff that I might reach for. I just took a break for lunch, but so far everything is coming together, which feels so good. But I'm going to head out now and run some errands. Like I mentioned earlier, I have to go to Target to get some of those organizational pieces for our laundry room underneath the kitchen sink and for our pots and pans. And then I also have to drop off a dress to be altered, which is right near the Target, which is super convenient. So I'm gonna head out and I will catch up with you guys soon. From running errands now, and I figured I would just share everything that I got at Target. I got this bamboo shelf just to put underneath one of the cabinets, just to give me a little bit more storage space, so hopefully this works. I got this two-tiered shelf, and this drawer actually pulls out on the bottom, which is really, really nice. So I think I'm gonna set this up in a couple minutes. And then also for underneath the cabinets, I got two of these adjustable metal pot and pan organizers. I got one for the pots and pans themselves, and then I got a second one to organize the lids on the top. So I'm really looking forward to opening this up because I think this is gonna really help. Also picked up this bamboo shoe rack. This is gonna go in our laundry room. All of my shoes are in like a giant bag right now, so this is definitely gonna help save us some space. Super random, but I also picked up two of these mini rubber spatulas from Figment. I have the bigger set, but sometimes it's nice just to have the small one if you just need to use it real quick. So these will come in handy. I didn't go in for this initially, but I was passing by and I saw these little stackable trays. They have like different sizes in here. So I figured this would be good for our junk drawer just to keep everything from sliding to the back. Last thing from Target were just 2 of these glass jars. This is the smaller version of the one that I showed in a previous video, but I got these to put our protein powder in, so it would be nice and easy to scoop it out. And then this box back here is from Amazon. It just has a bunch of glass jars with these bamboo lids. So this is all gonna be for the pantry, which I think I'm gonna work on tomorrow and just kind of have that be its own little project. So it is 3:40 right now. I usually start dinner around 5:30. So between now and then, I think I'm going to work on underneath the kitchen sink and maybe even the shoe rack. So we'll see how far we get today. The next day, which means it is pantry day, and I am so excited. I just finished cleaning out all of the jars and things that I have to organize. I have my pot and pan organizers over here ready to go, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. I feel like I had a pretty productive day yesterday. I want to finish this up today and then start off my weekend by laying by the pool and reading my book, because that honestly sounds so nice. I feel like I need a little bit of sun, and what better way to kick off the weekend with a nice, clean, and organized apartment. So to get started, I think what I'm gonna do is go through all of these shelves, clear everything out and kind of group them by similar item, kind of figure out what I'm gonna put where, and then wipe down all the shelves, vacuum them out, and then put it all back together. But I do want to clear off some counter space in order to do that, so maybe we'll actually start with the pots and pans. Alright, so here is the cabinet for our pots and pans. It's not perfect, but I think it definitely feels a little bit more organized than it did before. All of these lids were just like kind of stacked on top of each other back here, and it was making me kind of nervous. So I like that I got a second organizer just for those. So I was able to fit all of the lids, which is great. And then in this organizer, I just have kind of our like everyday most used pots and pans. Like we have a nonstick pan back here, a couple skillets, and then just like a medium and a small sauce pot. I feel like those are kind of the ones we reach for the most often. So I have those nice and easy to see here. And then in the back, I just have a large skillet and some cast iron skillets that we only use for like specific recipes and things. And then I keep my Dutch oven right here in the front. And then in terms of the pantry, this is what we are working with right now. It's definitely not terrible, but I feel like the jars could kind of help it a little bit. I think I am just about done. I didn't change every single shelf, but I did rearrange a couple things just depending on where it fit. But up at the top, we just keep our water bottles and a couple extra leftover containers. So I left those where they were. The top just kind of has like breakfast stuff and like some random pantry items that I couldn't really figure out where to put. And then this container of pasta really only fit on this shelf, so I had to put that there. And then this is kind of like the main pantry section. We have some snacks, we have some granola bars and protein bars in this Go Macro box that I had, but I'll probably switch that out to a nicer container later. And then we have some oats back here. We have my risotto rice, and then some of the extra that was left in the back. And then I have all of my baking stuff. So I have my flour, sugar, brown sugar, and chocolate chips. And then this next shelf has all of our spices. So we actually have this spice rack, which is really nice. It does expand, but I actually didn't need to expand it. So I have kind of like the things we don't use as often in the back with everything we use all the time towards the front. And then I just have some olive oil and like different sauces and stuff. And then on the right here is like baking powder, baking soda, all the baking things. The shelf underneath that just has some protein powder and some chia seeds for shakes and smoothies, and then just some of the extra flour and stuff in the back. And then this shelf I didn't change. We've always had our leftover dishes and our colander, salad spinner, and salad bowl here. So now that the pantry is done, that is going to conclude our organization vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed and maybe got some inspiration to organize your own space. I had so much fun doing this and filming this, so definitely be sure to subscribe to stick around and follow me over on Instagram just to keep up with all the day-to-day things. I'm gonna go ahead and clean everything up and then head down to the pool, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you all in my next video.